Thank you LD Shop for sponsoring this video. Remember when Shorekeeper used to be in every single team? Yeah, good times, right? But lately, she's starting to look more like your team's nostalgic comfort pick than a competitive must-have. The writing's on the wall, and the wall is glowing with elemental sigils. Because Wuthering Waves isn't just shifting the meta, it's launching a full-scale elemental revolution. And guess who's being left behind? That's right, your beloved all-purpose healers like Shorekeeper and Verena. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Wuthering Waves has always had a tight roster of supports, with Shorekeeper reigning supreme thanks to her universal buffs, relatively low field time, and near immortal sustain. But over time, her simplicity became her biggest weakness. As the game's team building potential expanded, so did the demand for units that offer more than just healing and generic buffs. Shorekeeper didn't fall off overnight. She's being replaced surgically, methodically, and most importantly, elementally. This is why I partnered with LD Shop, because we want discounted, fast, and reliable top-ups for Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and many more, including my new favorite, Etheria Restart. LD Shop, your new go-to top-up site, is made by the trusted LD Player Emulator Group. Get discounts starting at 22% off, and if you use my link, you'll unlock an extra 15% off coupon, saving you up to $50 on your first order. No account credentials needed, just enter essential information like your UID and server, and you'll receive your in-game items in 5 minutes or less. Yes, first top-up bonuses apply, and yes, LD Shop is fully legit. Top-ups come from official sources like Razer Gold, rated 5 stars by thousands of users and backed by the LD Player and LD Cloud, and a support team ready to help you anytime via Discord, Facebook, or the support center. It's super easy to top up. Just follow the steps and check your in-game mailbox. Boom! It's there. Links in the description and pinned comment. Use it to save more, play more, and worry less. LD Shop. Save big, play smart, and now back to the video. Enter the age of specialized utility. Brant didn't just show up with fancy fireworks and a big smile. He brought the era of mono-elemental synergy and introduced the so-called hield, a hybrid shield and heal utility with a nuking capability that gave us a glimpse of what a fusion-aligned support with real teeth truly looks like. He doesn't just keep your team alive, he pumps out fusion resonance with Changli, fuels their energy economy, and provides all-around utility. Running Brant with Lupa and Changli isn't just viable, it's very optimal. And Shorekeeper? She used to be the third wheel in a Brant and Changli team until Lupa arrived. Then comes Cantarella, the queen of the glimmering grift.
I'm not your personal pawn store!
Technically a havoc unit, functionally a walking buff dispenser. She doesn't even pretend to heal like Shorekeeper. She knows what she's here for. Juice up your DPS, turbocharge Jinhsi comms, and manipulate cooldowns like she's playing 4D chess while Shorekeeper is still playing Iuno. When paired with Jinhsi, you not only get double utility, you get a unit that can heal and fill Jinhsi's Incandescence meter. Now, we are talking a Jinhsi, Phrolova, Cantarella team comp that completely removed the Shorekeeper entirely from the mix. And now, just over the horizon, we have Iuno. She's not even fully released yet, but her mere presence in rumors has people asking, why settle for a generalist sustain when we can get heals that actually synergize with our damage types? Element-specific healing is no longer a gimmick. It's the new meta language. And if Iuno heals in a way that empowers Gian with heavy attacks and arrow buffs, then Shorekeeper might not even make the bench. These units don't heal as effectively as Shorekeeper or Verena, yet they offer just enough sustain to carry teams through endgame content. What they bring to the table is something far more valuable: damage. Trading excessive healing for increased output has proven to be a winning strategy, especially now that after a year of mastering mechanics, more players are confidently navigating encounters with tighter margins. We've come to realize that overwhelming heals aren't necessary. What we really need is just enough sustain paired with more damage to beat the clock. This isn't about disrespecting the Shorekeeper. She's still relevant, especially among newer players. She carried our teams through a dozen tower clears and carried the meta through multiple versions. But she's predictable. And that's a death sentence in a game that thrives on scaling complexity and niche payoff. Wuthering Waves is evolving, and simple plug-and-play healers are no longer enough. The new generation, Brant, Cantarella, Iuno, even Arrow Rover, they're more than healers. They're enablers, amplifiers, tacticians. Even Lupa, who doesn't even heal at all, has managed to eclipse Shorekeeper in many of her own compositions. Why? Because in monofusion teams, Lupa provides dodge utility, resonance amplification, and high-impact fusion exclusive buffs that transform the battlefield into her personal inferno. And who handles the sustain in those setups?
Emotional damage!
Brant, naturally, because he does it all with flair. He's not just effective, he's elemental. He belongs there. Shakona provides excellent buffing for arrow erosion and elemental arrow as well as spectral frazzle, while Rover, despite providing mediocre sustain, is far better at making Cartitia deal more damage than Shorekeeper. The Spectro teams now run Cantarella or Brant. Fusion teams favor Lupa and Brant. Even Glacio is holding out for a limited Glacio healer, and Carlotta might even fit the Phrolova and Cantarella meta. Shang Liao seems to prefer Verena over Shorekeeper, and while Gian still hangs on, he might just soon join the Iuno bandwagon. Shorekeeper is, ironically, becoming teamless. Not because she's weak, but because she's generic in a meta that increasingly rewards the specific. When everyone else is providing element-aligned damage windows, rotation boosts, and conditional passives, what does Shorekeeper bring? Sustain, buffs, and nostalgia. And in version 2.5, players looking to exploit the meta-defining synergy between Phrolova and Jinhsi will almost certainly gravitate towards Cantarella rather than Shorekeeper. Why? Because Cantarella doesn't just fill a slot, she fills multiple needs at once: buffing, havoc amplification, incandescence, and enough sustain to keep the team functional without sacrificing speed or damage output. Shorekeeper, while consistent, simply doesn't offer that kind of value in a comp that thrives on specialization and tight rotations. The saddest part? This shift was inevitable. Buff-focused generalists healers like Shorekeeper were never built to scale indefinitely. Once Guru Games started handing out element-focused synergy like candy at a Resonance Festival, the power curve didn't just shift. It broke, not through raw numbers, but through clever, calculated specialization. And in this new world of synergistic role-compressing utility, you can't out-heal synergy. So, if you're still wondering whether to pull Brant or Cantarella or whether Iuno is worth saving for, of course, the answer is yes. It's gonna be yes, unless you want to fall behind in a game where Shorekeeper is quietly, mercifully being archived into a legacy slot one we honor but no longer need. The future of healing in Wuthering Waves isn't general, it's gonna be elemental, that's for sure. And the longer you cling to the past, then the more it stings when you realize that Shorekeeper, once the unshakable sustained killer of our rosters, is now gathering dust in the corner, sidelined by a meta that demands more than what she can offer. She's not benched, but she's being retired slowly, and deep down, you know this is coming. Thanks for watching. If this video opened your eyes to the future of Wuthering Waves, please support it by leaving a like, and if you ain't subscribed yet, now is probably the best time to do so. Hit the notification bell to get informed of our latest drops. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.